Well, good morning. It's 1:11 a.m. on Saturday morning, and the title for this video is Frustration and Impatience Run Deep. As I read through the comments on my videos, one thing is strikingly clear. People are frustrated that the changes we seek are not happening more quickly. Having expected changes to occur in 2011, then for sure in 2012, changes that haven't happened yet, I understand the impatience many are feeling. I feel it myself. People say I want a savior, which is what I was taught as a Christian fundamentalist. Truthfully, I don't care how it happens. I simply want the tyranny of corporate governments out of control to be brought to a halt. I want the insanity of psychopathic leadership to end. Like so many, I feel very weary, tired of delays, and angry at all the unfulfilled promises. It hurts. I actually went to bed before 6 o'clock last night, taking my Somnipure natural sleep aid, and then laying there for almost 3 solid hours, looking at the clock every 10 or 15 minutes, wanting to fall asleep. But sleep didn't come, even on the second day of taking the natural sleep aid. I might have fallen asleep a little bit between 11 and I woke up about 10 after, quarter after 12. And I got out of bed between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. And I'm absolutely physically exhausted. It was turning around for me, but then yesterday afternoon something hit and I was just thrown into, I don't know what kind of thoughts were going through my head, but they were thoughts of wanting to give up. It's just too much. And I don't know if it was if something was projecting those thoughts into my mind or what. But those were some of the things that were going through my mind. And over this past week, when I've been dealing with physical issues, normally I don't get sick. I don't even get symptoms. And right now it baffles me that I should be having, because it was breaking up, and I should be getting to the stage of a runny nose. That hasn't happened yet. Not at all have I had a runny nose through this whole period of this upper chest, upper respiratory congestion. I do have coughing spells where I cough quite a bit. But I thought it was breaking up, and then I no sooner had said that it was getting better than it started getting worse again. So I empathize. I have 2 friends with the same first name and living in 2 different states that have had shingles and congestive heart failure, and one of them now, in addition, has kidney stones added to that mix. And I can only imagine the severe physical pain that these ladies suffer. And then, of course, I have a friend in Germany, another friend in England that I pray for regularly, that also are in and out of the hospital, having certain medical issues that drain their energy. Excuse me. And then I have people that have lost their homes, are in the process of losing their homes. I have people in my prayer list that whose family members are being arrested and having major issues with the law. There's so many people that I hear their stories, and then I read the comments, as I said in the blurb, of what they say, and people are just weary. We're just tired of the same old stuff. Keep going on. When is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? There's a lot of people that have awakened. There's an awful lot of people that are clueless, that it's actually people and maybe even extraterrestrials that are causing all of this havoc in humanity and on the planet Earth as they mess with nature and mess with us. And it's sickening. It's sickening that it keeps continuing. I mean, to me, it would be so easy for somebody that really had power and really had authority to remove the people, arrest them, or however they need to be removed that are causing the problems, and allow at least some alleviation of the torment that's going on Mother Earth in many areas of the earth itself. The earth itself is crying. If we don't hear that, there's something wrong with us. The earth is going through changes, and humanity is going through changes. Those of you that think that you're awake and you don't feel that, there's something missing. It's not an illusion. It's our collective experience. It's not something that we can just write off and say, well, I'm not of the world, so it's not about me. It is about you. I mean, I don't understand how people that claim to be awakened can take such a hard, cold approach to this pain and suffering that's going on everywhere on the planet. It doesn't make sense to me. It cries of a lack of compassion. It cries of a lack of empathy. Where are these people coming from that claim this? I mean, I feel it. I have felt it in my own battles, and I'm having to work again on paperwork for the court things that I'm involved in. The one with my house, as well as the one with the court date coming up in March for the resisting arrest without violence charge, which is a ridiculous charge completely. But I want this stuff to end. And then a certain friend of mine says, but America has, and Europe, Western Europe, have to have their suffering, especially America, has to suffer because they've escaped suffering for much of their history. And it's time that Americans suffer too, because the rest of the world has already gone through it. When are we going to stop even thinking that suffering is a solution? When are we going to stop thinking like that? To me, that is so inhumane to think that, well, there's certain people that deserve to suffer. The only ones that deserve to suffer, really, are the ones that are causing the problems. The people that have been in control and have used their money to wage war and to wage war against the planet itself, not just against the people, but against the planet. And they've inappropriately used their funds to cause calamity, to cause destruction, to cause pain and suffering. These are the only people that deserve to be recompensed for their evil. They deserve to have the boomerang come back and hit them. And that's one of the things that earlier in the year, in January, that I was praying for, that karma would come back more quickly, especially on those who were hurting others wantonly and disregarding the natural human rights of other people. And we're talking about the leadership, and we're talking about the people behind the scenes that allow this stuff to keep going on and on and on. Now, I want to say that I was supposed to be doing on Thursday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon a video with the ambassador and several other people, and it was postponed till yesterday. And in talking to the ambassador late yesterday afternoon my time and almost midnight his time, I guess it's not going to happen again today, and now he's wanting to put it off till tomorrow, which is infringing on things that I wanted to do in my own life. I have a minister friend who is speaking on Sunday, and her topic just really caught my attention. I'm going to just open that real quickly here because the title that she sent to me that she's going to use is "Speak the Truth, Change Yourself, Change the World." And in describing what it's going to be, how do the spiritual practices of speaking the truth to power, self-awareness, and right speech help us transform ourselves, our relationships, and ultimately, hopefully, the world? And this is a person that I've always relegated to not wanting to be politically involved. And so when speaking the truth to power, I thought, I want to hear what she has to say about that. But now the ambassador wants to do a video that might interfere with me being able to go hear this person. And the constant delays in creating the videos with the ambassador, because we're trying to pull people together from time zones on opposite ends of the world, and it's just so difficult. But I put my life on hold, and I think that's part of the stress that I'm feeling, because of the well, we're going to do it now, and then now comes, and well, we can't do it now because this one isn't here yet. And these are the types of things that, when I'm trying to heal and being drained of my energy, that don't help. Anyway, I'm not going to do a very long video today, except to acknowledge that yes, I do understand the frustration. I do understand the impatience. It's my feeling too, that things need to be advanced more quickly. I would have liked more to have happened by the Chinese New Year. But dates come and dates go, and it doesn't appear that a lot is happening, and yet I know that behind the scenes a lot is happening. We just don't see the result of those things yet, and there's still people, especially in the United States and probably England and Israel and some of the nations that have tormented the world. There's so much resistance to coming back to a fair and just system, and to start telling the truth, and to have at least an honest, as much as can be, an honest monetary system put in place, and an honest court system where our rights are upheld, and where we don't have to use their language and their rules to fight our battles for us. I appreciate my retired lawyer friend, but I want the whole system of fraud to come to an end. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of having to play lawyer. I'm tired of having to fight for my very survival and to keep a roof over my head. I'm tired of having to play the sick games that so many others aren't even as successful as I have been in fighting that good fight. And many people don't even understand. But I do understand, folks. I do understand where you're coming from, and my heart literally breaks when I hear the stories of people suffering, and I see the images of what's happening in the worst places on earth, where they're doing the most violence and stuff like that against children and against property and against each other. We've got to stop, folks. We've got to somehow stop. And yes, we do need a savior, and that savior needs to rise up within each one of us, and so that our higher self, our God self, our divine part of our being empowers us to be able to produce the changes in the outer world that need to be made so that the suffering can come to an end. I get it, folks. I really get it. And thank you for listening, and thank you for your prayers. Namaste.